Back here talking about the breaking news this morning out of Tampa. The Bucs have continued their offseason of signing up all the pieces that delivered them a Super Bowl last season. This morning, signing Antonio Brown to a one-year deal worth up to $6.25 million. Remember, Tom Brady petitioned for AB to come to Tampa originally and pushed to get him back. He now gets his wish, and we get our wish. We get former Pro Bowl receiver T.J. Houshmandzadeh joining the conversation now. But Brandon, let me start with you first. What does AB's return to Tampa mean for Brady and the Bucs now?
Oh, this means everything. This is dangerous. Go back to 2019 when he found himself in New England. They go down to Miami. His first debut, he 4 catches and a touchdown. They looked like they were just, locked in, and the chemistry was there, and they knew each other for years, and they played together for years. And then it didn't work out that, then, and then they cut him. They released him. Now he's sitting on the sideline. He's at home. He's on the streets. And all of a sudden, Tampa Bay and Tom Brady come calling. He gets there halfway through the year, and then it was just, you could feel it. It just wasn't right because you have Mike Evans, you have, Gronkowski, you have all these other guys around Tom Brady, and they were trying to figure it out. But you knew Tom Brady really liked AB. In that moment, you can see the chemistry. There were some big moments where they put him in the slot, and he ran looky, he ran slant, he ran option, and they were on the same page. So for them to go out there last year trying to figure out their identity on offense, trying to build the chemistry and continuity with all the playmakers they have on offense, and him put up 500 yards, and now they have another season, we can see a scary AB. Because we can't get this twisted. AB takes care of himself like a Tom Brady. He takes care of himself, TJ, like a LeBron James. This dude is still in his prime. But because of his situation, we're not seeing him produce at a high level. This dude is in year 10, and he can still easily put up 1,500 yards and 15 touchdowns if he was in the right situation.
For me, when I look at it, is for Tampa Bay in the era of free agency that we are in today, never seen this where the returning Super Bowl, they return every player from their team that mattered. Like, they're returning everybody. And when have we seen this? The crazy thing that I don't get is this. You got Chris Godwin franchise. They're going to get him the ball. Mike Evans, they're going to get him the ball. Gronk, they're going to get him the ball. It's AB, you're going to be there for a full season. When and where are you going to get your looks? Part of me is like, NFL guys, you don't see that AB can still play. You don't see that he can still give you a minimum of 100 catches and a minimum of 1,200 yards, 10 to 12 touchdowns. Like, what are you guys looking at? Sit down with this man, talk to this man. He can still produce at a high level, and he's being basically relegated to an insurance option. If Godwin or Mike Evans gets hurt, we have a guy that we know can get it done. But why not be that first option? And so for him, it sucks. He kind of blew it with his choices. But for Tampa Bay to be able to bring him back, we've never seen this before.
Brandon, do you think, obviously Tom Brady, big winner, AB, big winner, but we thought that he might be the one guy who Tom Brady let go. It's like, go out and get your money.
Right.
Didn't sign for a ton of money. And we thought that maybe Russ could get him over to Seattle. Didn't happen. We thought that he'd be a good fit in Baltimore. Didn't happen. I'm personally less surprised that he signed back with Tampa Bay, and more surprised he didn't get a bigger offer from Baltimore or Seattle.
I'm not, because of everything Hoosh was going where he was going with the conversation. $6 million is not a lot for Antonio Brown, and it's up to $6 million, meaning that he has to earn that. I don't know what the incentives are. Is it touchdowns? Is it yards per catch? Is his games played to get this $6 million? So his base could be 3. His guarantee could be 3. We don't know what that is. We need to wait for the details. The reason why there wasn't a huge market for AB is because of all the off-the-field things. I was a wide receiver in the same boat, and it kills me because it's like, man, how much money have you left on the table? How much production have you left out there because of the choices you make? If he was in Oakland right now, Las Vegas Raiders, if he was with the Raiders right now, this dude would be making $20 million and still walking himself into the Hall of Fame. Like, this dude was a walking 100-catch season. He was a walking 10-plus touchdowns a year. He was walking to 1,500 yards when we're talking about, you know, playing with Big Ben in Pittsburgh. So it's just, you know, that's something that we need to highlight there, is because Antonio Brown, man, is a super talent, and man, did he blow it, just like a lot of us guys, man, just young and dumb and making terrible decisions.
So here's the thing, Brandon, and I think it's very honorable of you to, whenever something like this happens, you remind the audience and you mention that you dealt with your own stuff. I think it's a testament to your character.
Yep.
But also the timeline matters. Your biggest issues came early. You were able to understand them at some point, got the help you needed, and then you matured, you got your brain chemistry right, and you went on to become the best version of yourself. Antonio's issues, we didn't see them publicly at all early. And then they got bigger and bigger and bigger until he's all of a sudden smuggling an illegal helmet onto the practice field in Oakland. And everyone's like, the hell is going on here? Like, what has happened? Like, we have lost the plot. I mean, that is what went down. And so I just think, like, TJ, it is true that the talent is there, but the trust, you had 32 teams. I bet all of them at some point this offseason had an Antonio Brown part of a meeting. Like, hey, we're going down the board. What do we say about him? And not a single one trusted him with top-level kicker money. Not a single one said he's worth $5 million guaranteed. And that's the lesson for young guys coming into the league, is that you can be a walking Hall of Famer in the prime of your career. And if you burn all your equity, you're going to be playing not quite for free, but damn near for free on one-year prove-it deals until your career's over. And that is where Antonio Brown finds himself now, TJ.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. He brought it on himself, and he's going to have to figure. It will be for Antonio Brown, once he gets through this portion of his career and he retires, go tell your story, because it's out of sight, out of mind. Like, the kid can still play. If he's on a team and he's the number one option, it's what Brandon said. He's going to give you a minimum of 100 catches, a minimum of 1,200 yards, a minimum of 10 touchdowns. There's a lot of teams that can use that, but because of off the field, he won't get that opportunity.